Well, hello everybody. It's been a while since my last upload on YouTube, but I thought I'd just give you a summary of what I've been doing. Actually, I lost a lot of video on my other cell phone, and honestly, I'm just sick of trying to parse together all my footage. It just wasn't interesting for me anymore to try and stitch it all together and make a story out of it. All the islands are looking the same now, and I don't really have a good storyline, to be honest with you. If you've got more people on the boat, just a solo sailor, I don't know, it was boring. There is one guy on the internet, on YouTube, that does do a pretty good job, but I don't know. I don't find I'm motivated to do it anymore. But let me just give you an update of what I've been doing since my last upload. So I was in Dominican Republic in Samana. So let me start from there. That was last summer. And so when I left Samana, I went to Puerto Rico. So went across the Mona, single hand. It's an overnight sail to Puerto Real. And then from Puerto Real, I did the south coast of Puerto Rico day sailing. So there's a couple little anchorages or places you can hide, little islands or whatever, and then cleared out of Puerto Rico on the east side. I can't remember the name of the island right now, but there's a little anchorage on an island that has customs. They have an airport, so you walk up to the airport, clear out, and I went from there, sailed from there right over to British Virgin Islands. I didn't do U.S. Virgin Islands. So I went over to BVI, and then from BVI, I left Virgin Gorda, which is on the east coast of that group of islands in the British Virgin Islands, to St. Martin, and anchored on the French side of St. Martin. I met up with Steve and Lori on their boat, Cactus. And then I think I hung out there for maybe a week or more. And then I slowly made my way down the chain of Windward Islands down to Grenada. And I think I made it to Grenada by, let's say, the end of August. So that was cutting it close for hurricane season. I spent a couple of days on anchor in Grenada. And then, it was hot. Grenada, at that time of season, rainy season, it was sweating. Like, you'd be just laying in the boat, just sweating. So anyways, I went to a marina. I found a marina there that had 120 volt, 60 hertz power. You're going to find that they've standardized on 50 hertz. So that's a big problem, because air conditioners from North America are not going to run on 50 hertz. So I did find the right marina, and there's only one that has 60 hertz that I'm aware of. So stayed there till the end of November, and then started heading back up the chain again. Either day sailing, or I did one or two overnight to make it up to St. Martin. And then I was in St. Martin for Christmas. And then I was in Puerto Rico for New Year's. And then I just got the hell out of Puerto Rico. They were having hurricanes. They were having earthquakes on the south coast, and the marina that was near the anchorage that I was at had no electricity, so I couldn't even get gasoline for my generator for a couple of days, and there was no internet, no power, of course, so no internet. I couldn't even. Eventually I hitchhiked up to a store that was open. I don't know how they had their power, but I managed to get a cell plan, so a SIM card. And so then I was able to call Customs and Border Protection and tell them I moved the boat. As a Canadian, when we're traveling in the United States or any U.S. island, you need to tell them every frickin' time you move your boat. It's just ridiculous. Nuts. It's just, and if you don't have a cell phone, that's working, you can't call them. So, and if you're like, I mean, let me just back up a second. If you're traveling around these islands, you're gonna notice if you don't have a SIM card from either United States or Canada that's working in these islands, you're gonna be picking up a SIM card every friggin' island that you go to. I got a SIM card from Bahamas. I got one from Puerto Rico, one from Dominican Republic. Every island I went to, I had to get a friggin' SIM card. And some of the companies like Digicel, they have a presence at all these islands, but you'd think that a SIM card from one island would work at another island. No. I don't know, like I'm really not happy with this Digicel company. Anyways, I digress. Where was I? So I think I was in Puerto Rico and slowly making my way back to Dominican Republic. So now I'm in Dominican Republic and I just left Samana. I was there for 10 days at the marina. I would have liked to have went to the anchorage at I think it's called Santa Barbara or Samana, the little town there, but the dinghy dock didn't look too secure, didn't look right. It was sitting up really high, these big cement dock. It would have been better to have a floating dock, and it looked more like a fishing dock, and it was gated. Anyways, it's not inviting. There's very few cruisers that they just go to the marina. So, and the marina's expensive and the food's expensive there, and you're isolated. It's not really, it's good for a couple of days, but it's not a place you want to hang out for a long time. So Luperon is the place to go. So that's where I'm heading now. I mean, you can do your own research on Luperon, but it's safe. It's a good anchorage. It's windy during the day and it's calm at night, and that's good if the climate is hot. So, and I mean, they got a good dinghy dock. You can walk into town. You get some good cheap restaurants, like if you're into chicken and fries or chicken with rice and beans, and there is some pretty good restaurants there, and like cheap. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Now, the reason why I'm looking forward to Luperon is because I think I want to explore the island a little bit. I haven't done much exploring on Dominican Republic. Excuse me, I just gotta take a look outside here. Yeah, that's fine. I'm actually on the north coast of Dominican Republic right now. It's about 7 o'clock or something. Motor sailing. It's gotta take a look and see if there's any other boats coming towards me. I want to do a little exploring of Dominican Republic, maybe go to some of the other cities. So I'm hoping I can get a monthly mooring ball, and this is typically $2 a night or $2 a day. I think there's a monthly rate. And the reason why I want to spend a month in Dominican Republic is United States has these cold fronts that go over to the Bahamas, and if you're on certain islands, you don't really have protection from the west. Like, for example, on the Exumas, you might be in the middle of the Exumas, the mid part of the Exumas, and the only real protection you got from wind and waves is from the east, and that's where the wind and waves are coming from. So, and you're on the west side. So if you got one of these cold fronts that are coming around, the wind and waves will actually clock around, and then the wind and waves are coming from the west at some point, or they maybe come from the south, from the north, and you don't have the protection, and that can be very uncomfortable. And if it's a serious cold front, you could get 50 knots of wind. It's not something that I really want to experience. I'm trying to drink a coffee here, and the swell is kind of pushing me around. Yeah. So I think March is when the cold fronts start to slow down a little bit. So yeah, probably in March I'll head for Bahamas, and then ultimately make my way back to the United States, up to New York City, and then back to Lake Ontario. But that'll be at another time. I'll give you an update on that.